timing. Yes, the big game is this weekend. We have all your Bomber angles covered tonight, including an interview with our lucky Grey Cup contest winner. But first, let's check in with Lindsay Duncombe live in Toronto at the CBC Sports Cafe. So, Lindsay, I see the party's already started. How is it?
Oh, absolutely. It is just wild here. I'm surrounded by cheerleaders. Lady, can you give me a cheer? And you know, what's interesting about these two cheerleading teams is I've got the Blue Lightning and the Blue Thunder, a team from Toronto and a team from Winnipeg. Not always the easiest relationship. And today, Winnipeggers were trying to convince Argos fans to cheer for the Bombers. This is more like it. It's not snowing, the pancakes are cooking, and the Bomber fans are loud. But Winnipeggers face a challenge. Hometown Argo fans will pack into the stadium Sunday. And while when it comes to Winnipeg, they're kind of bitter.
Winnipeg beat the Argos, so there's issues with Winnipeg.
Winnipeg, I don't think has a chance with Dunwoody or whatever his name is.
Ouch! Converting Argos fans isn't going to be easy.
Let's go Bombers! Here we go Bombers!
Are you convinced?
It's almost convinced, almost convinced.
I tell you what, if he goes and buys me a beer, I'll cheer for Winnipeg. That's all it takes.
Here we go, Bombers. Here we go, everybody.
Partiers at the Touchdown Manitoba Social have a few other ideas.
We're going to have to yell, we're going to have to scream, we're going to have to get them on board, but we can do it.
And come on, those posh Torontonians have to appreciate our high fashion. This guy's won 3 majority governments. Surely he'll know how to win over Argos fans.
Well, you've got to convince Toronto that they've got to go with David versus Goliath.
Maybe it's the Premier's political strategizing, or the great silent auction prizes, or just the booze. But something's happening here.
Bombers, Bombers, rah, rah, rah.
How about that?
See, I converted an Argo fan.
How are you?
Let me buy you a drink.
But what about these guys, the Argo Notes? They'll never play Winnipeg's tune, right?
Here we go, Bombers, here we go.
It seems a little friendly Manitoba goes a long way. And you see, Janet, everyone here is getting along. We're all enjoying the party. And I will be back a little bit later in the show with our lucky contest winners to talk about their experience here in Toronto, where the party's at.
Thank you very much, Lindsay. The Grey Cup may be Sunday, but as Sheila North Wilson shows you, one office here in Winnipeg couldn't wait for the games to begin.
If you listen carefully, you can almost hear Grey Cup fever hitting 423 Main Street from outside. And if you manage to get inside, you won't miss it. It's the Canadian Wheat Board headquarters, where both Manitobans and people from Saskatchewan normally work harmoniously. But Grey Cup fever has seemed to hit all 430 people who work there, especially the managers, who are actually the ringleaders.
Listen to them. I counted 7 Rough Rider fans, and that's all. They do lead the league in being the most obnoxious, though.
Although you wouldn't know it from this scene. The Rough Rider ringleaders soldier on anyway.
Rider Nation.
That's why it's a Rider fan, always a Rider fan.
What's it like being a Rider fan in Manitoba? That answers the question.
It's a lot of fun, a lot of good rivalry. So my wife's a good Bomber fan, so it's a little tense at home this week.
Officials at the Wheat Board say the fever is so high there, come Sunday you'll probably see some of them on Main Street showing off their pride. Not that there's any shortage of that on the streets now. Meanwhile, there's even more support not visible from the streets. It's online. Many Bomber fans are posting their support on Facebook.
In the end, it doesn't really matter anyway, right? Because it's all about good old prairie fun. Sheila North Wilson, CBC News, Winnipeg. Those double jumpers will never beat our Bombers.
Back of the jersey says North. It's got her name on it. So how will you be celebrating the Grey Cup? If you don't have a house party to go to, lots of businesses in town would love to see you. They're getting into the Spirit Bombers style. But you know, there's not only the Grey Cup, there's another big football game going on. Karen Rosnick joins us now live from Boogie's Sports Bar. Karen?
Hi there, Janet. Well, yeah, you're right. The Bombers aren't the only football club that have been doing really well this year.
Go, Bombers! Bring it on! Take it home!
That's are squaring off against the St. Mary's Huskies at the Vanier Cup final. That game gets going in about 20 minutes over in Toronto. Now, with two big teams in two big finals, it looks like it's going to be a great weekend for football in Winnipeg.
It's never too early to celebrate when your team is playing in the Grey Cup.
Dimwitty, dimwitty, dimwitty.
Go Bombers! Restaurants like this one are pouring out the blue and gold, hoping fans will come out to celebrate.
We've got a blue and gold shot on special. It's Bulls blue and Bulls banana, and it's kind of layered, so it's definitely gets blue and gold colors, get everyone in the spirit. We've also got sleeves of draft, and we'll have some food specials as well, team pizzas all day.
But Enright says come Grey Cup, he'll be missing his own party.
I'm actually lucky enough to head down to Toronto for the games, so I'm very excited about that, and I'm really hoping that they're going to pull through and win.
Across the street, this hotel is also stocking up for the big day. They're even giving away this helmet, signed by Bomber running back Charles Roberts.
They've made it this far. They've had a great year, and we're all excited. I mean, go Bombers, go.
But just in case, these fans aren't taking any chances.
I just feel more supportive of the team if I have my t-shirt on.
Luck hasn't been on the Bombers' side since they won the Cup back in 1990. Fans braved sub-zero temperatures on Portage Avenue after they walloped the Edmonton Eskimos in a 50-11 victory. Tracy Wilkie says this Sunday's game against Saskatchewan might be a bit closer, but she thinks the Bombers will still come out on top.
Well, they usually say the woman's intuition is always right, so hasn't failed so far.
Well, Janet, most bars like this one here, Boogies on Main, are going to be holding massive Grey Cup parties come Sunday. Now, I checked with Winnipeg Police Service, and they said that they're going to be making visits to these bars and on the streets to make sure that the celebration is a safe one.
That's great news. Thank you, Karen. Karen Rosnick reporting live for you tonight. CBC is, of course, your Grey Cup station with live local coverage before and after the game Sunday. We need a crowd of Bomber fans to join us at Tijuana Nightclub at Canad Inn's Polo Park around 2 on Sunday. We're going to report live across the country as part of the pre-game show. It's kickoff for the 95th Grey Cup game after that, and then after the game at 11 p.m. we have a live local Grey Cup special with live reports from Toronto and from Winnipeg. At 11:30 Sunday night, we rebroadcast the entire game. Okay, it's a Grey Cup tradition. Calgary Stampeder fans attempting to get a horse into the Royal York Hotel in downtown Toronto. Now, they first did this about 60 years ago, but this year the folks at the Royal York would not let them in.